Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, we're gonna talk about the Tesla Model Y, because right now inventory is starting to get pretty high, and we've got what, 2 to 3 days left in the month. So if you're looking for the best deal on a Tesla relative, of course, at the lowest monthly payment, I'm gonna walk you through the exact steps on which credit union to go with to get you the most lowest payment. But we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best financing rate. So definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link down below in the description, where you can support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. So here's a fury of posts that, well, some of which we took a look at yesterday. We've got Troy Tesla posting that he is predicting there's going to be a decrease in production in deliveries moving forward. And then we've got Steve Kearns taking a look at Model Y, Model 3, Model S, and Model X inventory, getting up on the higher and higher ends of actual inventory in inventory. So what are people speculating? People are thinking that there's going to be even more massive discounts going to be happening. Shout out to Steve for posting this. There are some decent Model Y inventory discounts in Texas. Saw one last night in the $43,000 range, maybe even better as Q3 winds down. So Steve has a pretty good point, because next month is going to be September, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. So there could potentially be more incentives and more discounts coming soon in the near future. But heading to our favorite website, waitingfortesla.com, we can see currently that the cheapest Tesla Model Y in inventory right now has almost a $5,000 discount. It is red with black interior. It does have 1,000 miles on it. It's considered a demo vehicle, but you will still be the first owner of this vehicle. Then you'll still be able to get the $7,500 federal tax credit. And of course, you can couple this with a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, to get an extra $500 to $1,000 off, plus 3 months of full self-driving. So definitely check it out. Tesla referral code down below in the description. So let me walk you through this, right? Because there is a Tesla where there is the $7,500 federal tax credit, which you don't get that off of the price of the vehicle just yet. You get that when you file for your taxes next year. Of course, there could be some state incentives, like California has a $2,000 rebate that seems to be ending in the next few days as well. So you just got to be aware of that and take delivery ASAP. But this $7,500 federal tax credit is pretty massive. Most people, I would say, that are buying a Tesla will qualify for it, but the rule of thumb is you got to make anywhere from $75,000 to $150,000 as a single earner. If you're a head of household, that has a higher income cap, but anything less than $75,000 W-2 income, you might get a depreciated value of this $7,500 federal tax credit and might not actually get the full amount for that. So the first thing here is, with this vehicle right now, you've got a purchase price of $44,770. There is the $7,500 federal tax rate that you don't get until next year. But if you're looking for the lowest monthly payment, with factors in the $7,500 federal tax credit now, that's where financing partners like Tenet come into play. Tenet is a Tesla approved financing partner and allows you to get the lowest monthly payment by deferring a portion of the loan, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. And thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of videos this month. But let's walk you through the payments here. So we've got the purchase price of $44,770. We've got a 10% out the door with taxes, fees, and everything, bringing you up to a purchase price of around $48,670. The one thing I did factor in here was that $500 discount for that Tesla referral code usage, just like that Tesla referral code down below in the description. We've got an 88-month term, which I'll show you how to get that in just a second. Of course, you probably have noticed Tesla does not have an 88-month term, and we're really looking for the lowest monthly payment possible right now. So 84 months is the highest that Tesla financing goes to, and that goes up to 6.91%. But there is a credit union out there, which I'll show you in just a second, that does have an 88-month term at 5.99%. So we got the purchase price with the taxes, the fees out the door minus the 500. We've got a 7,500 down payment because that's the amount of the tax credit. So I would say put that money up first because you're going to be getting that money in 6 months once you file for your taxes. And that gives you a nice roundabout number of a monthly payment of $579 a month. Now you might be thinking that could be on the higher end depending on what types of vehicles you're purchasing already currently, but this doesn't factor in any sort of gas savings. Of course, it doesn't factor in any sort of maintenance savings. But the one thing to be aware about, if you are buying a Tesla insurance or insurance for your Tesla is going to be higher than whatever vehicle you buy now, or whatever vehicle you drive currently. So I usually try and tell people anywhere from 10 to 30% more than what they're paying currently for their vehicle. And I want to say the average for insurance for insuring your Tesla is going to be about $150 a month. But there's the math. I mean, we've taken a look at it. We've shown all the different variables to get you a $579 monthly payment. And the one thing that this does not factor in is any sort of state incentives. If your state is like California and has a $2,000 rebate, that's of course ending very, very soon, so you got to take delivery ASAP. Or if your states like Colorado that have $5,000 plus incentives out there on top of that. So really you could go in a bunch of different directions. But the one thing here is this is the credit union where you can get this low rate of 5.99%, and you can see the rate goes from 66 months to 88 months. If you want to go down to 65 months, it's a 5.25%. But you could go lower. You could go actually all the way to 96 months. I would recommend, I feel like most people recommend that anything above 60 months is usually you shouldn't be purchasing the car. But I certainly understand if you need a car, if you don't want to spend for gas, if you don't want to spend for maintenance or anything like that, then I can certainly understand why it would make a lot of sense. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. If you're looking for someone to ask some questions about how to get the best deal on a Tesla or even schedule a phone call with, you can do that on my Patreon link down below in the description. And after you join, you get a link to my buying guide, which is the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. Some credit unions even as low as 2.99 to sub 4%. So definitely check out Patreon link down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that supports the channel, hits the like button, comments, the subscribes, and also the Patreon members as well. All right, water break. Paul, thanks for coming in. Thank you for supporting. We've got a couple different topics today that I think you're probably already saw and are probably going to be writing a bunch about it, but pretty interesting stuff going on there in the world of Tesla, of course, as always. In this next topic, it seems like Tesla supercharging is not bad for Tesla batteries. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. So we've been told for a while, or I feel like I've heard this narrative for a while, that going to superchargers and going to any fast charging place can negatively affect your battery, reduce the range, reduce the capacity, or anything like that. Well, it seems like a study has been done. Shout out to Electric for posting this. Tesla battery longevity not affected by frequent supercharging. So of course we got a couple people posting about this. Shout out to Sawyer. Extensive study using data from 12,500 Tesla vehicles show that no significant battery degradation from frequent supercharging. This study was done by Recurrent. Here's some of the data as taken from here. And it seems like no matter what, it seems like range is going to be going down no matter what, and using a supercharger does not increase the speed of it. Here's a study in full. You can see it full speed ahead. EV study reveals impact of fast charging. And you can go over all the different things. But the TLDR is, I guess, that supercharging does not affect it. And I feel like that's what Tesla has said in the past as well. As long as you precondition the vehicle, as long as you set in your destination that you're going to be going to a supercharger to give that battery enough time to prepare itself, then really, I guess it doesn't really impact it negatively at all. But let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you're thinking. I mean, I'm still not going to try and use supercharging every single day, but still cool to see that someone actually did a study. And no matter what, you are going to lose range on your battery, on your Tesla, on your electric vehicle, no matter what. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. We're going to jump into the next topic. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. Respond to the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button. It goes a long way in support. So you can really see it, actually. Once people start hitting the like button, it seems like the video and stream gets more traction. So thank you for that. In this next quick update, we've got an update of hardware 4 and full self-driving, because a lot of you probably out there are taking delivery right now of a Tesla Model Y or about to take delivery, or even a Model S or Model X. You've got hardware 4 and maybe you paid for full self-driving $15,000, or maybe you paid for the $200 subscription, but you're wondering, can you actually get the full self-driving beta? And I know a lot of you out there are taking delivery. You just use a Tesla referral code, and you're also going to be getting 3 months of that full self-driving trial as well. So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Sawyer. Full self-driving beta is now available on all hardware 4 Teslas in North America. I have confirmed with a couple followers that FSD beta is functional and working on hardware 4 cars. Hardware 4 gate is over. Really cool to see. Hopefully everybody out there that has used a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, because if you use a Tesla referral code, you can get anywhere from $500 to $1,000 off, plus 3 full months of full self-driving. Wasn't really sure if you would get full self-driving beta from this, but it does seem like now that you'll be able to get it on top of that, install it and see everything in its glory, and make the decision for yourself on whether it's worth a massive $15,000. You can probably guess by the way I'm saying that I don't really feel like it's worth the full $15,000. Maybe not until we get to Robotaxi with all the different use cases, but it is certainly could be, the argument could be made that it's worth $200 a month, because there is a subscription that you can get for the full self-driving beta. But the one thing here is that's really cool from this is now that with this, you'll be able to get the parking sensors for the Tesla Vision. Well, I think you're going to be getting that no matter what, but you can see that it's been working in really nice, according to Tesla Motors mod. We can see that the Tesla Vision for the parking sensors has been working much better than the Ultra sensors. I've actually never been in a newer Tesla that has this technology. We still have our 2022 Model X with the parking sensors. So I'd love to hear from one of you to see if the Ultra sensors are doing much better than the parking sensors. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the next topic, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link. Just one the channel, so definitely check it out if you're interested. All right. Thanks for coming in, everybody. What do we got? Paul, thanks for coming in. Vietnamese style, thanks for coming in. I saw you yesterday. You jumped in pretty late, but thanks for coming in. Thanks for the support. My mind is blown. Hit the likes. No, thank you. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for dropping in. If anybody's out there, if you're watching, if you got a question, throw it into the chat. I'll certainly be happy to ask it. I remember the days when there would be question after question about how to get the best deal or the best financing rate. And now it seems pretty quiet, but at least we're going through and speeding through some of the topics. And maybe I should jump into the comments of all the live videos, or comments of the videos, because it seems that that's where it used to be the most active. I used to be able to respond to every single one, but it gets a little much at times. So I try and respond to as many as I can during each day. In this next topic, so I know some of you out there are looking to buy a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, and you might be struggling to figure out, will you get approved for Tesla financing? Well, I just found a post that seems like Tesla financing is looking to try and accept all incomes and all credits. So let's take a look at this and unpack it and really give you my feedback on what you need to do. If you're looking to get approved for a Tesla, what steps do you need to take? So let's take a look at it. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, so definitely hit that subscribe if you're interested. Shout out to Carlo for posting this on SoCal Tesla. If you're not part of a Tesla Facebook group for your local area or even just the bigger ones, it's definitely some nice information that you can pull from there with a little bit of knowledge. So transparency for buying new Model 3 Performance. Hi people, thoughts about these numbers? May 18th, so like what, 3 months ago, bought a new Tesla Model 3 Performance straight from Tesla Buena Park on dealership on May 18th, 2033. Okay. Just made 20K last year, just a student, 27 years old, okay, student, nice, threw down $16,000 for a down payment, $10,000 down plus $6,000 for tax. I mean, that's the kicker right here, $16,000, so remember that number. $743 a month, something monthly, total $70,000 out the door. Of course, there's that $7,500 federal tax credit, and of course, he could have got a lower monthly payment if he used channel sponsors like Tenet down below in the description, because Tenet allows you to get the lowest monthly payment by deferring a portion of the loan all the way to the end, maybe even that $7,500 federal tax credit. So definitely check out Tenet, and Tenet can do this because they are a Tesla approved financing partner. So definitely check out Tenet down below in the description. Thank you to Tenet for sponsoring this video and a bunch of other videos this month. But total out the door is $70,000 for a Model 3 Performance. I mean, I get it. Tesla did not look at my credit score. 5 banks turned me down because I don't have any credit history, or so they all didn't trust me. 6.69% interest rate. Is this a lot, or can I still fight it? So we've got some photo evidence here for what we can piece together. It does look like Buena Park. It does look like a Model 3 Performance. I mean, a nice one. And we've got a screenshot of what it is, a financial contract that you all get or you've gotten when you've purchased a Tesla. So 2023 Tesla Model 3, 15 miles on the odometer, 6.69%, $10,000 give or take in finance charge for a total sale price of $70,042. Of course, we don't see the monthly payment on here or for whatever it's worth, but pretty interesting here. So what we can pull from this is that Tesla financing seems to be accepting all different credits and all different incomes, because 5 other banks turned this person down because as a student you probably don't have a lot of credit history, and also as someone that doesn't make that much money, I'm actually pretty surprised that this person actually got approved. So take it for whatever it's worth. But the one thing that did probably help Tesla financing or whatever bank that took the loan in the end was that they threw down a $16,000 down payment, and you can take that and do the math. That's anywhere from 20 to 30%. So from what I take from this is that a lot of people ask me, how can you get approved for a Tesla loan? And really, Tesla financing is going to be your best bet if you are a first-time buyer or if you don't have the best credit history. But at the end of the day, if you put a big down payment like this, anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, maybe $15,000, then that is going to give a lot of comfort to the credit union or the bank to approve your deal, because then they'll feel safer in purchasing your loan to finance a pretty nice vehicle as a Tesla that doesn't lose too much money at the end of the day. But let me know what your thoughts on it. Did you have a similar loan like this? How much did you put down? What types of loan interest rate did you get approved for? Or what's the lowest you were able to get approved for? Some I've heard as low as $2,000 to $3,000, and we've purchased 4 Teslas so far. And when we went through Tesla financing, we were made to put down $4,000 down. But I've heard as low as $2,000 down is also possible as well. But let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. But before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description is the Patreon link where you support the channel and get access to the ultimate Tesla buying guide out there with all the best interest rates for financing your Tesla. So definitely check it out. Patreon link down below in the description. But thanks for supporting, everybody. Thanks for jumping in. Definitely check out our Tesla accessory discount codes down below in the description if you want to save some money on Tesla accessories. We got 3D Mats USA for a premium floor mat for your Tesla. We got RIVIAN for Tesla accessories. We got Jawa for the best Tesla accessories, and we got MAGBAK as well. But thanks for joining. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.